All right, the new Hawaii 5-0 honors the 50th anniversary of the 1968 premiere of this original show. Here's our EBC correspondent from Hawaii, Alfred Acenas.
Hawaii 5-0 was a game changer for our industry, and it was not without its struggles when they first tried to launch the show originally. I think there were a lot of people within our visitor industry, within our government, that were very, very nervous about supporting a show that was going to showcase the seedy underside, supposedly, of Hawaii.
September 20, 1968 would serve as a pivotal moment not only for the Aloha State, but even for a nervous Hollywood industry. And after the pilot program was first aired on CBS, each episode since then would begin with lead actor Jack Lord quickly looking over his right shoulder while standing on the highest balcony of the Ilikai Hotel that still stands to this day. Ekamamai and welcome to the world of Hawaii 5-0. This one-of-a-kind project, which ran from 1968 until its last episode in April 1980, would become one of the longest police and crime-fighting TV series for the next several decades. Because production was done mostly outdoors, familiar attractions like Waikiki were frequently showcased to viewers around the world. The cast and crew did have a permanent facility on the northern side of Diamond Head.
The Hawaii Film Studio at Diamond Head has a very long, illustrious history. At one point, it was part of the University of Hawaii system, and it was carved out for the film industry largely because of the success of Hawaii 5-0 and the fact that they needed a home base in order to operate. So as the series gained notoriety and gained popularity, and then it was the longest running procedural at the time, and then was followed by Magnum PI. It became increasingly apparent that we needed state-of-the-art facilities. The main reason why that site was chosen is because it was available, and there was a master plan done back in the 80s where they tried to look at many different areas, but because of its proximity to Waikiki, its proximity to the urban center, and its proximity to a wide array of accommodations for everything from crew members to celebrities and stars that were guest stars on the show, they needed to be in that spot.
Veteran broadcaster and media entrepreneur Emmy Tumingbang Burns vividly recalls how the TV series was first conceived and how her own family was instrumental to its success.
Leonard Freeman, who did Route 66 and other great television shows, wanted to do something on location. I got from his children that they had relatives here, so they would come on vacation. Correct me when I'm wrong. Okay, correct me if I'm wrong. And he loved it here so much that he thought, there's such beautiful scenery, and he felt that it was I guess the right thing to do is to try it out, and of course Hollywood went crazy. We've had other shows like Adventures in Paradise and Hawaiian Eye, but they weren't as visible to the different locations as Hawaii 5-0 was meant to be. Now, he and his family started to come over a lot, and the kids kind of grew up here in the summers, but they met my father-in-law, Governor Burns. At the time, he was, I guess, the first or second state governor, and he was a cop before he was governor. So Leonard Freeman just asked the right person for a cop show in Hawaii. I mean, the governor was going to be, just all for it, except he did say, I don't want this to be a bang bang shoot 'em up. I want you to make sure you talk about the good things about Hawaii so we can encourage tourism.
Right. For actor Dennis Chun, it was indeed a blessing to star in the reboot series. But here is an interesting fact about his father.
Well, my father was Cam Fong, and he played Chino Kelly in the original Hawaii Five-0, and it's my privilege to play Sergeant Dooku Killa in this rendition of Hawaii Five-0, and it's just very humbling and at times very moving to realize that you're walking your father's footsteps. It's there's no words to describe it. Now we've been doing it for almost 50, well actually we've been doing it for 50 years now. Well, the first thing you got to observe is how hard he had to work. He worked very hard at learning the craft of acting. He had been only a theatrical actor. He'd done a lot of stage plays in Honolulu. But television and film is a little bit different in technique, so you have to learn that. He learned it, worked very hard. I remember him studying lines at night. I remember when I would make an appearance on the show, he would always tell me, make sure you listen to what the director says, know your lines, know your mark, watch Jack, learn how to be a professional. It's a business. Do good.
But one location in downtown Honolulu may have benefited the most from the TV series. It served as the fictional headquarters of the 5-0 unit, and it generated much more interest beyond the TV screen. This is Iolani Palace.
Iolani Palace is a very sacred place. And it, like Hawaii Five-0, the original, it is celebrating its 50th anniversary. As to the 50 years since its restoration was complete. Back in the day, this structure, which is a museum, it is a work of art of the highest order, and it is a symbol of the Hawaiian people.
Another local celebrity, Kimo Kahuano, who also earned the special privilege to be cast in both the original and reboot series, talks story about learning to appreciate the palace and Hawaiian culture as a whole.
Well, in a way, you know, you see the palace, and then we start to understand as young kids who are seeing it, there is a heritage here. And then as I moved through this business and was doing Hawaii Five-0, and I wanted to be an actor, I went to LA, and they're calling me back to Honolulu to do an audition. So I really found it as a great place to be a professional actor. But also at that time, I was working in Hawaiian music. So by being in radio and being with all of these wonderful artists and people who teach and dance the hula, we got to understand more about our culture. So now the palace becomes even more important. So here's this beautiful, iconic building that was part of one very special expansion to the world. And now the palace becomes understood by the world as the home to our Hawaiian kingdom, right? Which is so important. We were a people, we had a kingdom, and everyone was a citizen of the kingdom, no matter where they came from in the world. They became part of the citizenship. It was so beautiful. We learned that because we saw exposures of the palace on Hawaii Five-0 and other venues, and then we got to learn. And when you learn about your culture and your people, you can grow, you can understand, you can respect, and you can welcome the very special presence of our ancestors right here. Right here. Wow.
Book 'em, Dano. Let's go.
Nowhere to run, nowhere to hide. Yes, we're coming for you.
Reporting from Honolulu, Hawaii, I'm Alfred Asenas for Eagle News. I'm Juan with 25.